Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Suwannee County Board of County Commissioner meeting for January 6, 2026. Happy New Year, everybody. Good to see you all. First thing is we'll do the invocation with Commissioner Land and Commissioner Motley for the pledge. If you all stand if you can.
Please bow your heads. Lord, we come to you tonight humbly asking for your guidance. We ask that you guide this board and help us make decisions in the best interest of the constituents here. Coming out of the season of the birth of your Son, Jesus Christ, we ask that going forward throughout the year that we as Suwannee County citizens and this board and staff continue to remember that and strive to live for that and live with his best interest and your best interest at heart in the decisions that we make. We ask that you watch over and protect everyone here on their way to and from tonight and continue to bless each and every one of us. We ask all these things in Christ's name. We pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes for the December 16th, 2025 regular board meeting. Are there any additions, deletions, or do I have a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Commissioner Land.
Mr. Clerk, on page 8, I noticed that I believe, out of respect for Mr. Ken Weaver, on page 8, I believe his name is spelled improperly. It is spelled in the minutes K-E-N. I believe it should be K-I-N. That's the only error I caught.
Anybody else? Do I have a motion to approve with the changes?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Land, second by Commissioner Mobley. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Public concerns and comments. I've got Jason Roundtree is up first. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. At your pleasure, the pleasure of the board, Suwannee County residents. I'm Jason Roundtree, 7144 152nd Road, but I'm addressing you as a board member, board chairman of Vivid Visions tonight. We had an executive change recently. Our executive director resigned. The purpose of tonight was to introduce you to our new executive director in interim. She's running a little bit late. They're doing monitoring and auditing. If she makes it, I would love an opportunity to share her with you guys if that's acceptable. If not, I'll just withdraw for now, unless that's her beating the door down now. Is that her? Okay. So that's all right.
I feel the pain. I come in on two wheels all the time. So,
as always, perfect timing, and she was given a pass for speeding today. So, but it's my pleasure and the pleasure of the board of Vivid Visions to introduce to you guys. We have no hesitation in the movement that we're recently experiencing through Vivid Visions. Miss Sarah Cordera is a rock star in her profession. She brings in a tremendous amount of experience and expertise to the table, and we're actually very excited for what's about to take place through that organization and the community in Suwannee County that it serves. So without further, you got your breath, I'll introduce Sarah and step aside and let her take a little bit of time with you.
Thank you, guys.
welcome, Sarah.
Thank you. Okay, so
You can take a breath if you need to.
I sprinted. Thank you guys so much. I think I've spoke to a lot of you guys before. I've come with Carol a few times. For anyone who doesn't know, we're the Domestic Violence Center, the only certified one in Suwannee County. We have a shelter. We do a lot. It is very strenuous work, but it's very, very rewarding. Our shelter is almost always at max capacity, especially during the holidays. It was a lot. But our community stepped up, as always. This year has been really amazing with the community. We've had so many churches. I mean, we usually do, but this year was really great with the donations and just assistance for the families. So if anybody has any questions or anything like that.
Well, I'll just say we're proud to have you.
Thank you so much. And I apologize for being late. We have monitoring, so I was trying to finish.
I know your services are really needed in the community, and we appreciate all y'all do.
Thank
Chairman,
you so much.
Commissioner Lamb.
I would ask if you could teach the chairman how to do that sprint, because I can assure you he's never sprinted in
It
here.
was not impressive, I will tell you that.
I sprint every meeting, I promise you. Well,
Thank
no,
you
ma'am.
guys so much.
Thank you for what you do.
And your staff.
Yeah, they're amazing. Our
Yeah.
staff they have all stepped up and they're filling in the blanks, and we're working hard. So
good.
we'll continue to do that.
You beat the senator here, so you did good. See? No worries. It's all good.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mr. Keith Broders is up next.
Keith Broders, Constitution Club of Suwannee County. I live in Lake City, however, at 970 Southwest Pine Mount Road, Lake City, Florida. Now, first off, I'd like to say that one of the man who is acknowledged as being the father of the Constitution was James Madison. James Madison was one time quoted as saying the whole purpose of the Constitution was one thing and one thing only, essentially, and that was to protect the minority against the tyranny of the majority. So our founding fathers, one of the primary things they wanted to do was to avoid democracy, because democracy was based upon the principle of the majority get what they want and the losers don't get squat. That was basically the whole purpose of the Constitution, was to prevent democracy. Well, 2,500 years ago, there was a Greek by the name of Socrates, and Socrates was put to death by a democratic jury who basically accused him of polluting the minds of the youth by teaching them to be critical thinkers. The people at that time believed that the jobs of the children was to do what they were told, to sit down, shut up, and just do what they're told. Socrates didn't agree with that, and he said that democracy was very dangerous, because he said that the opinions of some people are a lot more important than the opinion of others. And today we live in a society where we have a bicameral legislature, which is not truly a bicameral legislature. We have one house to represent the way it was intended was we would have one house to represent the people and one house to represent the states. Well, in 1913, we got rid of the states. The states were no longer represented. The people were represented in the House and in the Senate. So our Congress was turned into a democracy. And frankly, I'm going to be teaching a class on the 14th, January 14th. I'm going to be teaching a class. The title of the class is going to be Why Socrates and the Founding Fathers Hated Democracy. I'd like to invite you all to come and attend. It'll be a very fascinating lecture on democracy and the dangers associated with democracy. A lot of you probably are aware of the fact that we claim that we're a republic. But if we were a republic, then we wouldn't be having popular elections, direct popular elections, to elect our congressmen and senators. That would be something that would be characterized in a democracy, not in a republic. Also, I have another article that I would like to share with you later on. It's about the fact that we are a republic in name only. Did you know that Iran is a republic? North Korea is a republic. China is a republic. The Soviet Union and Cuba are republics. And so we are a republic in name only. What we really are is we are, frankly, a limited democracy that is out of control. Once again, the class is Wednesday night at City Hall in Live Oak. Please come.
What time?
7 o'clock.
Thank you, Mr. Broders. Mr. Fontana?
Steve Fontana, 21181 144th Street. And I'd like to talk about item number 18. It's actually one of the county attorney's items, and it's the FEMA land acquisition program, where FEMA pays for 75% and then the county puts up 25% for flood victims. And I don't want to disparage anybody, any flood victims in Suwannee County. One thing I noticed from the storms is neighbors really took care of each other, and my heart goes out to you if you had a lot of flooding problems and stuff like that. So I don't want to take away from that at all. In fact, I do want to help, but I want to make a better suggestion than the FEMA program. One of the things we need to take a look at is the federal government owns about 4.5 million acres of the state of Florida. That's 13% of the state. Okay, what will happen with this FEMA program is they'll take that, I think it's 2 acres in this case, and FEMA basically says that, okay, we're going to pay 75%, you're going to pay 25%, and then they might even pay for funding to demolish the property, the house, and everything else, and they turn it back to green space, open space, or whatever, and then basically forever, we could do nothing with that property. Essentially, it's under federal control, so even though it doesn't add to that 4.5 million acres that the federal government supposedly owns in the state of Florida, it's adding to that. And I see it as a federal land grab. Why don't they just give us the money to correct it? Why don't they just turn it over to the county and say, okay, at a later date, if you change the drainage, if you fix it, then it could be sold. They should put you in responsibility, not the federal government saying that this is open space or green space forever. So I am against participating in this program, but at the same time, if you are going to participate in it, at least do an evaluation for that 25% and see if the drainage could be corrected for that 25%, or maybe even 30%, because if you could keep that property on the voters' rolls, it's worth it. It's worth it to the property owner, and it's worth it to the county. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else from the public wishing to speak at this time? Thought you was going to hold out on me.
Moses Klepper, 14581 102nd Path, Live Oak. My concerns with the consent agenda items, 4, 5, 8, and then 17. Number 4, whatever the reason for David Birch being replaced by Doug Maybe, we don't know why it happened, but we're glad it did. Number 5, with the missing 24 trailers valued at least $650,000, and the case being an open investigation, we question the prudence in reappointing James Cornett on any board until the investigation is concluded. Number 8, purchasing a $606,000 generator and auto transfer switch without a competitive bid is irresponsible and not an act of good stewardship of our resources. We just went through this with the leachate tank project, and I never brought it to y'all's attention. There was a 24% penalty on that job, and if you look at the dates on that, if you're concerned enough, you go back and look at the dates on that on the previous meeting. 24%, and I think it was already past due a month and a half, something, and I don't know how much we had to pay. That's not good management. Zero stands to net at least $24,000 profit on just the generator and at least $70,000 profit on the transfer switches. And I looked all that up. I didn't just pull that out of there. Also, if we were to go through with natural gas, we could possibly save the $65,000 on the diesel storage tank and the $20,000 for filling that tank with diesel and just pay for the natural gas as we used it. For these reasons, we're not so sure that a natural gas generator would not be a better choice, and we're certain that this job should be bid out and available contractors should be notified directly for this opportunity. And item number 17, that's just, it's disgraceful. The one that y'all approved, the old one y'all approved is beyond understanding, and the way y'all got it set up now, it would take me an hour to explain all my concerns about it. The loopholes throughout the amended one and new purchasing policy that allows for abuse, misappropriations, and embezzlement. And y'all are giving it all a green flag. All done suggesting efficiency, but those of us watching suspect it is due to complacency, and laziness. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to consent agenda.
Proclamation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Proclamations and presentations. Are there any? Oh, time specific. I guess we do. We'll move on to item number 15, time-specific items at 5:35 p.m. or soon thereafter as the matter can be heard. Hold a public hearing to consider adoption of an ordinance changing the future land use of a parcel of property from agricultural 1 to rural activity center, changing the legal description that was adopted by the Board of County Commissioners on November 19, 2024. Mr. Meeks. Does not 15 and 16 go together?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear affirm testimony you give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. You are correct, Mr. Chairman. Would like to address both of those as part of my discussion. The first application was CPA 24-01, and the second application was LDR 24-06. Both of those applications came before the Board of County Commissioners on their November 19th, 2024 meeting. Board of County Commissioners approved and adopted an ordinance relating to the future land use amendment and the zoning change for the subject property, which is a 6.30 acre parcel located in O'Brien. It was later found out that in the legal description there was a specific distance that was used, which was 372.46 feet, and then the description ended. The language should have said 372.46 feet to a point on the eastern right-of-way line of 129. I think there was a little bit of a discrepancy found in the distance that was specifically mentioned as it relates to where the actual right-of-way of 129 was found. So it left a little bit of a gap. So we just need to go back and amend that description to add that to run all the way to the eastern right-of-way line of US 129. So that is the only thing that we're asking, but we've created the new ordinance that would adopt the future land use and zoning change, if so approved by the board. So at this time, if you don't have any questions of me, I would enter the file into the record.
Thank you, sir. Any questions of Mr. Meeks?
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Lynn?
Mr. Meeks, you said, what's the difference there, 100 and something feet?
I don't know what the distance is.
No, the difference. You said 200 and something. And then
Well, there was a call that gave a specific distance, but that distance may leave you short of the eastern right-of-way line of 129.
I understand.
So to correct the legal...
Relatively short was my
Yes.
point.
Yes.
Less than 150 feet.
Yes. Probably less than 10 feet.
Any other questions?
Being cautious.
Yeah.
Seeing none, I'll open the floor to public comment. Anybody wishing to speak on this matter? Seeing none, I'll close public comment. Is there any further board discussion, or do we have a motion to approve?
I move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Land.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hale. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Item number 16 at 5:35 or soon thereafter as the matter can be heard, hold a public hearing to consider adoption of an ordinance changing the official zoning atlas for a parcel of property A1 to RAC, changing the legal description that was adopted by the Board of County Commissioners on November 19, 2024. Mr. Meeks, same story.
Property. Yes, sir. Just a different map.
Any questions, board?
No, sir.
Open the floor to public comment. Anybody wishing to speak? Seeing none, I'll close public comment. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hale.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Land. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, gentlemen.
Proclamations and presentations. Are there any? None. Consent agenda. I'd like to pull item number 8 just to clarify Mr. Klepper's comments on that one. Any others
No,
for
sir.
discussion? So we'll be considering consent item 2 through 7 and 9 through 14. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hale, second by Commissioner Mobley. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Item number 8, approval to direct purchase of Caterpillar 1,000 kW diesel generator and automatic transfer switches from Serio. Budget impact $606,291 to be paid from FDM grant proceeds. Mr. Fury, would you just give us some explanation on that?
Yes, sir. So this is it's actually a school and an EM project. Obviously, EM runs through the county, so it has to be brought through the county. So that's why we are running the bid procedure. Bottom line is you can't get a generator in less than a year's time right now. So the deadline for this grant, same thing, ARPA money, federal funds. We got a deadline, hard deadline in the fall, just like our community centers. So some conversation with the local business. He's in the data center, IT technology field. Those guys are getting the generators quicker than just regular county, regular Joe off the street. So that's where the conversation started. He can get it faster and cheaper than the state contract. And that's where we started looking, was the state contract with Ring Power. So when that opportunity came up, so we can't turn away the $1 million or whatever the amount is from the grant, we can go ahead and do the project. It's for the school. It's at Pineview. We will go out to bid on the, I guess Mark can help me, but it's a pad. We'll have to build a pad to set the generator on, tie it together to run the school. So we will go out to bid on the labor portion of it and connecting it, but the direct purchase of the equipment is going to get it here cheaper and faster. So that's what it is.
And it was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was $60,000 cheaper than the state?
That's correct.
Okay. Board, do you have any questions or?
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Lynn.
Mr. Furry, what's the deadline on the grant?
It's December 31st to 26, but like our community centers, they back that up to like September 30th, October 1st, so that we have time to get the reimbursement and the paperwork done on the back end. So construction, they has to be done around October 1st.
Yes, sir. I'm good.
Anybody else? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve item number 8?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Land. Second by Commissioner Mobley. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Constitutional officers. Any constitutional officers? Sure. Staff items. Mr. Norris.
He brought a bottle of water. This is going to take a while.
Man, this throat is talked out, so I'm struggling.
Lucky, he's already hoarse.
That's all right. I got plenty of backup tonight. So, obviously, good to be here. Good to be in Suwannee County, and I think we missed the last meeting, but it was a good cause. I wanted to talk to you about Project Summit today. Obviously, you guys know that with the support of the state of Florida, and after we got hit by the hurricanes, it was recommended to us through Director Guthrie and, of course, Senator Simon and Representative Schoaf and all their teams, and some of you guys were there at that meeting, that we find a place for regional shelter. And Suwannee County jumped on that immediately, and we've been working on it ever since. What I want to talk about is a grant that we applied for, and I want to take you back a little bit, if this voice will let me do it. Way back in June, NFEDP, North Florida Economic Development Partnership, we had our meeting, and Ms. Julie Dennis was there, and she was doing a presentation on the CDBG DR program. And I'm going to let her talk about that a little bit towards the end. But basically, it looked like that it could be an opportunity for counties that were affected by the storms. So after the meeting, Ms. Julie came up and said she was willing to help out counties apply for some of this funding. So, me being me, I raised my hand and I said, does that include Suwannee County? And she stalled a little bit, but she said, well, I guess it could include. I was kind of thinking maybe, you guys are already doing a lot of good stuff, but let me see who takes me up on my offer, and then I'll let you know. Well, out of the goodness of her heart, she called a couple weeks later. And Chris and I called Jason over, and I think you were at work that day. Were you there? Anyway, seriously, the three of us got together and we kind of talked about this program and if we thought this could be a good fit. And we all agreed this could be a great opportunity for Suwannee County. So Ms. Julie called. We set up a meeting. We started putting a plan together. And from the first initial meeting, we knew we were on a short time frame. We only had a few months to put this project together. So what we did was we set up a calendar. We planned calls with Commerce, which we had directly. And I'm sorry, Mike, we forgot to tell you about that call. It's her fault. But we established meetings, weekly meeting times, and some weeks we met multiple times per week. Usually those meetings were a couple of hours. We established dates and deliverables that Jason, Carissa, myself, as well as all of their team, and she's got a large team, had to come up with before the next week's meeting. We went out and we started looking for project support. And of course, when we look for support, who do we call? Of course, Team Simon and Team Schoaf and of course the chairman. We had just got back from our trip to D.C. and he actually had a conversation with Congresswoman Kat Kamick, and she offered up her support to this project too, as well as Suwannee Valley Electric, a lot of other folks in this room that helped us put together this package. We made the application our top priority. If anybody wanted to meet, we had our set meeting days, and the OVID team came first. We did not put that off for any reason. So we worked. That original meeting, NFEDP meeting, was in June, and the deadline to submit this was September 29th, and we submitted that application. After we submitted the application, we again reached out to Senator Simon, Representative Schoaf, and of course Mike, and let them know the application has been submitted, because as Ms. Julie will tell you, getting the application turned in is one thing, but then you have to follow up on that, right? Be sure if there's any questions or any information that's needed. So we did that. I'm not going there, Mike. But Mike was in full support from the time we told him we were asking for all this money. He did only pass out once when we told him it was all Julie's idea. But we then turned around. Jason and I scheduled a meeting over in Tallahassee. Mike lined up for us to go meet with Representative Schoaf, Senator Simon, and of course with Commerce. And we met with Justin Domer, who was running the program through his office, and we talked about the program. And he said he was very helpful, very receptive. We explained to him that this was not a Suwannee County project. This was a regional project, and for that matter, a state project. So while geographically it's located in Suwannee County, it's for all our brothers and sisters and cousins and aunts and uncles and everybody else that, we know and we love in this area. I spoke with Secretary Kelly myself several times, and at the Florida Rural Economic Development Association Summit, which you guys were there, a lot of the staff was there, Jason was there, Mandy, Carissa, the team. We actually, as you know, were able to get a private meeting with Secretary Kelly and discuss the project. And I'll admit that when he told us, and I don't know if you ladies know the ask, he was $1.something billion, $1.5 billion worth of ask for $400,000.
$400 million.
$400 million. I always do that. So when he told us that, we left there kind of like, oh wow, we may get $1 million. This is a lot of ask for that amount of money. So we were a little bit deflated. And we also were told we weren't sure if we'd make the first round. We weren't sure of anything, quite frankly. However, we didn't give up. So we kept doing everything we could to support the grant. Every time I talked to the senator, I know I reminded him if he would happen to be going that way, drop a word, and he graciously did so. But on December 17th, we were notified, it was late. Jason, I guess it was probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday evening, that we were going to be awarded some kind of grant dollars by the governor. And of course, we were super excited until we found out it was in Sebring the next morning at 8 o'clock or 8:30. So we had to change some plans real quick. And if you guys know how Jason drives, we made it on time. We got up about 2 o'clock and we headed to Sebring, and we absolutely had no idea, because we've applied for numerous programs. And when they called, I specifically asked, is this RIF? Is it Job Growth Grant Fund? Is it CDBG? The guy was just trying to get me there. He said, I don't have a clue. I don't know what it is. Now, these people may have had a little bit of an inkling or something going on, but Jimmy didn't at that point in time. So we weren't sure if we were going down there for any one of those programs or anything else. We just know our name was on the list. So I did reach out to the team and reached out to Mike, and Mike called a couple people and said, I don't know a lot of details, but you need to be there. And so we loaded up, we went down, and I guess we got down there about 7:30 that morning or whatever in Sebring and at the airport. And hey, Andrew, nice you join us. So, but it was worth the trip. I'm not going to kind of finish the story, because I'm going to invite some of these folks up to talk about things just a little bit. But a lot of you know that went very well, and we'll round that out in just a second. But I do want to let everybody know that this committee's been, we've been working on this thing constantly for the last year and a half or so. It's gotten more and more involved as we've gotten more and more aggressive, and we've gotten funding. So now we've got the green light, obviously, and we're able to start moving at a different pace. As Secretary Kelly said, this is going to get us to construction, and he told Jason and I that after we got to meet with him after the governor press conference. But I do want to recognize the committee that has been working on this. I just want to give a shout out: Catherine Allen, Marshall Beck, Mike McWaters, Dave Pitzer, Andrew Poole, who showed up late, Kelly Shire, Bruce Tillman, Julie Ulmer, Alden Rosner, Ron Meeks, Jason Furry, and Carissa. These people have been meeting for a long, long time and working on this project, and I want to thank them. This group will grow, and as this project grows, we'll need more community help and support as we want the input of the whole community, but this is a wonderful project. But we do have some guests with us tonight, and I'm going to start with the star tonight. So I'll let her tell you what she did or didn't do for us, because I don't want to steal her thunder either way. But I'm going to bring up Miss Julie Dennis, who actually, her and her team wrote this grant for us, and let her kind of tell you about the grant itself and whatever else she wants to say. So, Miss Julie.
Well, I'm going to have a little fun with Jimmy for a minute here. So they were telling me about the whole Sebring thing, didn't know what was going on, and so I had a conversation with some other county people from different counties, and Jimmy says, I don't know what it's for or how much it's for. I said, well, that's funny. Every other county knows what they're getting and how much it is. Well, that just blew him up, boy.
That's what I thought, Mike. Yes,
You're welcome, Mike. Miss Julie, thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Chairman. It's an honor to be here tonight. I'm Julie Dennis. I'm the CEO of Ovid Solutions, and we're a full-service grant firm. We're based out of the Tallahassee region, and we're proud to have partnered with Suwannee County on this project. So from a grant writing perspective, we're storytellers, right? So that's what we do. We come in and we tell your story. This community had an amazing story to tell because you guys are stepping up to the plate. You're doing something huge for the region. And in addition to that, you had advocates. You had advocates lined up who were telling your story for you. So when it comes time to write a grant, we're telling your story, and you guys had an amazing one to tell with all the documentation, all the work, the committee that you all had put together. You had renderings. You had all of this information to show this is real. This is something that Suwannee County can do, and we want to do it for our neighbors. And I just want to commend you all, because writing a grant is writing a grant. But when you have the information and you have the personalities and the advocacies behind it to tell the story, that's when you can really make strides. And so we were very proud to do that. Very proud to work alongside your community and tell your story. Very happy also that once we wrote all of that information down, that you guys went and you told the story again and again and again, like you have to do. Mike was right there. Mike was always, was putting the county first, putting him in front of the right audiences to hear this. And so it was an absolute pleasure, and I hope that our company continues to get to work in some way with Suwannee County in the future. So this grant in particular was the Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program. So this is a grant that you guys were awarded and was eligible for Suwannee County because of the 23-24 storms. I've seen some amazing work come out of this grant. I mean, work that will bring tears to your eyes come out of this grant. After Hurricane Michael, you're now seeing the same funding coming to fruition. One of my favorite projects is the new hospital in Blountstown, the Calhoun Liberty Hospital. So I'm excited. While I hate that our communities had to suffer through the 23-24 storm, I'm excited to see your silver lining and to be part of telling that story. In addition to writing grants, we manage grants. And so we've got one side of our house that's creative and storytelling, and then you've got the other side of our house that's very, very much focused on the numbers, very much focused on keeping you on track and project managing. And that's led by Ms. Dorothy Allen here, who's with me tonight. So we have a team. We've grown over the past nearly 8 years now as a company to grow. We have about 14 full-time folks working on both sides of the house, and we would love to continue to tell your story and get to know more of your projects. So thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Well, thank you. We appreciate all you've done. And
If you don't mind touch on that grant had to be used for specific things.
Yes. Okay. So because this grant is tied to the 23-24 storms, it had to be used for specific things in specific areas, right? So this is a grant that's focused mostly on infrastructure. Shelter projects were given a major priority in this particular funding cycle. This is a grant that, in order to be competitive, it needs to serve a low and moderate income population. And through your shelter project, that's what you guys are going to do. So when, there's a lot of need across the community, and when you think about $400 million, you think, wow, that's a lot. But then you think about the storms that impacted us in 23 and 24, and you know that the need is greater than that. And I know that the need was likely greater than that in Suwannee County too, than this one project. But to bring home this major win, you guys should be extremely proud.
we are, and we're proud of you, and we're proud of the senator and everybody else that had a hand in it. So thank you. And the board, would y'all like to say anything?
Commissioner Hill.
She's talking. Yeah, I would just like to say thank you to you and your staff. I mean, it's, I don't think, none of us really have an idea how much work really goes into something like this. And you know, Jimmy, he works hard, his staff works hard, Jason, everyone. Like you said, it was a team effort, and but we just appreciate everything you've done for us. And, of course, Senator Simon, Jason Shove, and everyone. So thank you all.
Thank you.
All right. Actually, I talked to Secretary Kelly, and he had other obligations, but he sends his best. But he does have a couple representatives from Commerce that are here tonight. So I'm going to bring up Ms. Michelle Positsky. Is that correct? And she's going to talk a little bit about Commerce.
Welcome, Michelle. Thank you for coming.
Good evening. Thank you, Commissioners, and good evening to all of you as well. My name is Michelle Positsky from Florida Commerce. I'm the Director for the Office of Long-Term Resiliency, and I just want to echo the sentiments of how proud we are to partner with all of you and with Suwannee County. This is a major investment into resiliency, a huge step forward for your community and 11 other counties in North Florida, and to think about the impact in terms of providing shelter for 1,400 North Floridians in any future storms, and special needs services as well. We're just so proud to partner with you. My office will be working closely with you and everyone who's involved with this project to make sure it's successful, removing any of those barriers that we can to have a successful completion of this project. So proud to be here and thankful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner.
I'll say one other thing. You talking about that meeting we had with Secretary Kelly? That man's got the best poker face I've ever seen in my life.
He told us we were getting that in the first round.
Scared me to death.
Yeah, I think he meant it at that point in time, but I cried really hard.
Yeah.
You know, there was one fella that's been in this room a long time, ever since before the storms, but through the storms. And every time we've met with him, even though some of us, I think, and I'm not saying our team, but others may have doubted us getting this project off and running, there's one person that has never doubted that and has made it very clear he would be there the day we cut that ribbon. That's Senator Simon.
Welcome, Senator.
Thank you. Thank you. I promise not to be long-winded. Jimmy sucks up all the room and the wind in the room, and so he only left me a few breaths, so I'm only going to take a few breaths. This is just a tremendous honor. Thank you to the governor. Amazing job when it got on his desk and the amount of money for this project. And I don't think he blinked. I don't, because he understands the needs for our rural communities. He's been here on the ground here in Suwannee County during Idalia, as well as Hurricane Debbie and Hurricane Helene. And so I'm thankful to he, of course, my great friend, Secretary Kelly. What a tremendous blessing to have someone like Secretary Kelly that sits at the helm. He really does understand rural communities, and he fights tremendously hard for them. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Director Guthrie. Kevin Guthrie sat in the room with us in the EOC after the storm, and we talked about this project and how to bring it to fruition and how much of an impact it could make for this entire region. And so I did not want to leave this podium without acknowledging his efforts in helping to bring this to pass. And so I'm so thankful to be able to represent you all. Just like I told Jimmy, I'm going to see this thing through the end, because the region and the impact that it'll have on this region is something that I don't think that Suwannee County's ever seen. And so I continue to stand on that. Every meeting that I have, I discuss the impact that this is going to have on long-term economic development for Suwannee County. And in those gray sky days, we won't have people having to run to buildings that can't sustain hurricane winds. We're going to protect our families here in Suwannee County and abroad, because this wasn't just Suwannee. This is Lafayette County, this is Hamilton County, this is Columbia County. This impact will be felt throughout this region, and so I'm super excited. I do want to take a point of personal privilege if I can, because I know we're here to celebrate this tremendous occasion, but there was some news that came out today that will also have a tremendous impact on Suwannee County long term, but our rural communities here in the state of Florida. Thanks to our wonderful president, President Trump. Well, let me back up a little bit. Before we after session, we broke after session. Last year, I ran a bill called the Rural Renaissance Bill. We didn't quite get it across the finish line, but the Trump administration, including our USDA Secretary Rollins, really was encouraged by the work that we were trying to do in rural communities. And so I sat down with my Senate President, President Albritton, to have a discussion with Secretary Rollins, because she was really interested in the work that we were doing here in the state of Florida to impact rural districts, and really wanted to really put a focus on these rural communities. And so from that meeting in the summer, as a part of the Big Beautiful Bill, President Trump allotted $50 billion for rural communities all across the country. And it went to all 50 states. And this week, today, the state of Florida will get its share of that $50 billion based on the grants that were written by ACA of $209 million every year for the next 5 years that will impact our rural health transformation program. And so that is really bringing access to health care in rural communities, $209 million. Mm-hmm. So when those dollars, when that grant is established, I will be reaching out to all of you and letting you know that you need to go and apply for these dollars. That is transformational dollars for the 32 rural communities, fiscally constrained counties in the state of Florida. That is a game changer. And so what that means is early access for families that need health care. That means that you don't have to leave your community to get health care. That means the hospital closures that we've seen in rural communities won't be happening because those dollars will be available. And so I'm so excited. I wanted to come and share that on top of the great news with the grant that we received, the CBDG dollars that we received. And so I just wanted to share that with you all.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a game changer.
Representative Shove couldn't be with us this evening. He had a previous obligation, but we do have Ms. Kate Kirby, and she is local. Some of you may know Ms. Kate, Dowling Park area, correct? So you're certainly welcome to speak, but you certainly don't have to. It's completely up to you. So just please let the representative know that we appreciate him and his support and supporting this project as well. Means a lot. So we're gonna kind of wrap it up. Before we do want to get a photo with the commissioners and the guys that are here and the team that have helped put us all together. So please don't run off. We're gonna run up here. But last but not least, obviously, we got the Grissom, the Grinch. I don't know what you want to call him. Maybe you want to call him Santa Claus this week. But we did get a chance to talk to Secretary Kelly after the governor's press conference, and he told us if we need anything to give him a shout. So I hit him up last week. We had a conversation, then I spoke with Mike, and Mike called me and said, hey, I'm coming to town and got you a present. So I'm going to let him talk about a little bit of his role in this and wrap us up.
Mike, it's a love-hate relationship, but right now we love you, brother.
Yeah, I will say, and Jimmy didn't throw me under the bus, but I do have one funny story to tell in the process of this. But all along the time of this shelter project, I think I was always one step behind you guys on what you were actually telling me was happening. I don't think I found out about the shelter until our third meeting in Tallahassee. After we had an entire meeting with Senator Simon, I had no idea what was going on. But Jimmy pointed out that Julie, and I would like to say I did recommend Julie when Jimmy asked me. I've known Julie a long time. She worked at DEO when I was at Enterprise Florida, and we worked a lot together. And I did recommend her to Jimmy. But there was a call. Jimmy texted me, reached out, and said, Jason, I need to get on a call with you about the CDBG thing. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever, no problem. I was at my house. I was like, we'll get on a Teams meeting. First off, Chris was out, so they couldn't figure out how to get on the Teams meeting. It took them about 15 minutes late, and then we get on, and like, yeah, we just need to talk to you about, we submitted the grant. And I said, okay, that's good. I'll start working on it over on my end. He's like, yeah, I go, how much did you guys ask for? And he said, $70 million. This, just, Jason's like, is this computer frozen? It's like, no, you got to tell me about these things, guys, before you start submitting stuff. But no, Jimmy and Jason came over, had great meetings. I did get a little bit of a luxury, as Jimmy pointed out, is I got a phone call about 7:30 at night, the night before the announcements were made in Sebring, from a friend over at Commerce, and it allowed me the opportunity to make a couple phone calls. And I will say two of my favorite phone calls were to Senator Simon and to Representative Shove, just letting them know, hey, there's about to be a big chunk of money dropped tomorrow. Both Senator Simon and Chair Shove were ecstatic. Chair Shove is already ginned up about how we can get some more money in the process in legislative session, so I'm super excited about it. But yeah, I was dealing with the flu basically all of Christmas break here. My 3.5-year-old coughed directly into my mouth. Well, he had the flu, so I got it. Jimmy called me up and he's like, hey man, I need you to run over to Commerce for me. And instead of sending my guys, Pierce and Brett in the back over, I was like, no, I'll just run in tomorrow. It's fine. I'll, be sick. And what we got was the governor promised if you wanted one, you could get one. But here is a check from the Department of Commerce for $38 million for Project Center. We obviously, I think I sat here last year at the delegation meeting, and Senator Simon was sitting in the back of the room, and I told y'all this was a great project. You guys were great for going after it, and with guys like Senator Simon, behind it, we'd make it happen. But the folks at Commerce, I talked to Secretary Kelly and Adam Calloway, the Chief of Staff, when I picked the check up. They're both real excited about what's going on here. They're very excited about being partners with you guys, and this is honestly one of the biggest things I've ever gotten done in my career as a lobbyist. So, Frank, my 5-to-1 return on investment needs to go up a little bit.
I knew that was going to get brought up. Julie's looking at you really bad.
You can make the right deal. I the first meeting
Mr. Chairman, before we go down there,
Commissioner Land has something.
I just want to say that, I mean, we've thanked Senator Simon, Rep. Schoaf, Julie, her team, Mike, your team, and I'd be remiss if we didn't thank our staff. I mean, the committee, you know, we got the two best, I'm about to say a bad word, representatives in Tallahassee that we've ever had since I've been old enough to pay attention. And if the folks in this room don't believe it, you need to look around. But Senator Simon and Rep. Schoaf are freaking animals that are on our team, and we are blessed to have y'all fighting for us every day. We can't thank you enough. You know, Commerce, Governor DeSantis, President Trump, looking out for rural communities. But, you know, I'd be remiss, you know, when we sat in the room with Guthrie and he told all of us, Senator was there, Rep was there, we want a shelter in North Florida. Y'all find some land and we're going to build a shelter, make it happen. Well, I'd be remiss if we didn't thank our staff, because this board, Commissioner Perkins isn't here to bless his soul. We told our staff to go find us some property. And with our fingers crossed that they could find a piece of property that Tallahassee would bless, meaning that it fit their model. So staff went out and they brought us some property, and I remember sitting here, I was the chairman at the time, and the buying that property was on the agenda, and I think I walked in here with sweaty palms and thinking, you know, this could be rough, because it was a lot of money for Suwannee County to spend, and we were sticking our neck out on the line. But we had Commerce's word that they were going to back us up. They couldn't right at the moment, but we had to jump through some hoops and kind of wait our turn. Senator Simon, Rep. Schoaf, and Guthrie all told us, we got your backs, make it happen. This board purchased that property on a limb. Tallahassee has stood behind us and did what they said they would do. But I also want to thank our community. You know, there's a bunch of people in this room that have welcomed this project, that are from this community, they have deep roots in this community, that have been in this community for longer than I've lived, and they're welcoming this project as well, because like the senator said, when we get to the finish line, and we will, that interchange in North Central Florida it's going to look different in 25 years from now. Our schools are going to benefit. Our neighboring county schools are going to benefit. When you talk about ad valorem taxes and the things that are coming, those, I mean, they get a piece of that. So, you know, I'm not patting ourselves on the back, but we got a community that is welcoming this to benefit our neighbors. And yeah, we're hosting it. We're going to probably benefit the most directly, but indirectly they're going to benefit. And I just can't thank everyone enough. And I mean, this is a game changer. When we get to that finish line and we look back 25 or 30 years from now, you know, things are going to look a lot different, and the playing field is going to be a little more level for Suwannee County. So thank all of you.
Commissioner, I actually want to give you guys a ton of credit. That you guys deserve credit for this too. I know, staff did a lot of the work. We obviously, Julie, the senator, but you guys stuck it out. There were times, I know, when you were chairman, Travis, you and I had many a conversation about, is this ever going to happen or not? And for you guys sticking it out, came to be worth it. So congratulations to you guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank all of you.
Yeah, we're ready. But you said something, Travis, and very important too, and Senator Simon mentioned it, but I want to thank our neighboring counties too that supported this project and got behind us, because they seen the value in it as well. And again, it's not a Suwannee County thing; it is a region thing, and that's what's most important.
They all supported it.
Yep, absolutely. So, all right.
Picture time.
I sit next to you in pictures.
Let the professional
Where's you organized? She's gonna be in the picture, right?
Yeah, she can use
I don't want to stand next to him.
All right, ladies, y'all square. Program manager. Don't need side to check. There you go.
You have to have site control to apply. He'll let us go ahead and apply if we get some sort of letter of guarantee. He told me to call his attorney over there to ask him what kind of language he wanted. So let me tell you. I don't know. You need to talk.
No, he write it.
Newspaper guy didn't say you.
I did so much. Remember how where's the letter from the executive director?
Thank you. We'll sit this on.
Shoot, man. Oh, sorry. You misspelled it. White.
I tried to get him to make it out to cash.
Prop that sucker up so they can see it all.
Yeah.
There.
There you see it. It's still on shelf. There you go. All right.
Where we leave it at, staff?
Yeah, double staff.
We'll continue on with the meeting now. That's pretty exciting news for Suwannee County, by the way. Sir, I can't, my book's too big. But that's a game-changing thing for Suwannee County. I'm just so grateful for that. We'll move on through the agenda. Any other staff items? Anybody else from staff? Any commissioner items?
No, sir. No, sir.
County attorney items.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First thing I've got is an update to the purchasing policy requiring information that's going to be required to be in change orders. As I state in the executive summary, what's required to be in a change order depends on who's looking at it or who's responsible for approving it. And when we took over redoing the purchasing policy with Holland, the point of it was so we don't have as many people having to just kind of have the institutional knowledge. Let's document what these things should be, how it's supposed to look, what everything's supposed to do. So I put together, and Mr. Chairman, you and I talked about it, a proposed policy which includes certain things which must be in a change order. It doesn't require any particular format. I did include in it a proposed form just so people could see what it looks like, but vendors can still continue to use their ongoing forms. The one thing that is included is does require an explanation as to why what's included in the change order wasn't part of the original bid, or why that couldn't have been part of the original bid when getting the task order, primarily because that's been the question that I've been asked when change orders have come up. And I talked to you, Mr. Chairman. And the other nice thing that this gives us, if we do adopt this as part of the purchasing policy, is it gives after the fact documentation, so that way somebody coming back can look over these change orders and see what exactly was ordered, why, and what was the purpose that it did. And this guarantees that all that information would be contained in that particular change order. So it would apply with full force to change orders that would come to the board, as well as change orders that would be approved by staff. And it does require the clerk to reject change orders that don't comply with the content that's going to be required by the policy. And also, just so you know, as I've told you guys before, the local government attorneys, we all talk. I anticipate this will be picked up in some of our neighboring counties because this was a product of a discussion amongst a bunch of us. So anyhow, that's the reason for including it there. And what initially promulgated, bringing forth a change to the purchasing policy, was there was some language in there regarding when purchase orders are required. So that's also fixed in there just to clarify that purchase orders are required for a $5,000 item, not an invoice that's $5,000. So that's also changed in there. But you and I discussed it, Mr. Chairman, and this is the policy that's proposed.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. I did have a conversation with Mr. Morrison about this. I thought it was a good addition to our purchasing policy, as we've had at times some questions about change orders, and I think this, whatever form we choose to use here, but having to give an explanation of why you've got a change order, and why you need that change order if you bid something already. You got to have a good explanation for that. So I think it's a good idea. What say ye?
Mr. Chairman, I would agree with you. I mean, and the thing that, I mean, this is the second time that this board has approached the change order issue. The first one meaning that after two, the board wanted to know about them, so that, and it wasn't no slight at staff, but it was, hey, 5, 6, 7 change orders on award that on a bid that the board awarded, like, hey, now we're getting outside of bounds here. So the board, changed that, and I think this is another step in the right directions to say, hey, we bid that. Like, why are we going over the bid? And we get change orders to go down. I mean, we get money back, but I think it's a better transparency, and there's documentation, like Mr. Attorney said down there, for 2, 3, 4 years from now, when there's different board members or different staff there's documentation there that would be on file for someone to go back and look at. Oh, that's why that happened. Okay.
And I'll just add accountability.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's the bottom line. Yep.
And just so you're aware, Mr. Chairman, I did clear it with Mr. Baker and Keith. I didn't want to put additional responsibilities on the clerk without clearing with them first, and they're okay with requiring this in the policy.
So do you just need a motion to approve that?
Yes, sir.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Land, second by Commissioner Mobley. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0.
Next,
item 18. Go ahead, Mr. Morrison.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. Yeah. I asked Mandy to put this on the agenda to make sure I didn't forget to bring it back up. So when we had our last meeting in December, we had talked about the grant where there was a mistaken belief at the time that 75% could be contributed by FEMA and the homeowner could contribute 25% to basically a program which says that the combined cost of purchasing real property at fair market value together with the demolition of the structures on that property could be borne without the county having to incur any cost. As we found out, due to the nature, and again, nobody did anything wrong, it's just once the rubber meets the road in terms of actually filling out the paperwork, there's no way the county can avoid being responsible for that 25%. So there was just a misunderstanding there. There is one person, Ms. Waters, who did come before the board and talk about it, who had applied for that particular program, and the board wanted additional time to consider it. And so this is just the more macro question of, does the board want to participate in this program or not? So I'm just bringing it back to the board's attention.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. I think I stated how I felt about it at the last meeting. I do feel for the people that's got these issues, but I don't think it's fair for every other taxpayer in Suwannee County to pay for that. So that's just my 2 cents on that. Anybody else?
I feel like you're always looking at me.
Well, I'm looking at. I can't look at Mom and my neck hurts.
I wouldn't look at him either. He's ugly. No, Mr. Chairman, I would agree with you. I think that's a slippery slope. I mean, while I hate it for the ones that have the damage or whatnot, I think that, I don't always agree with Mr. Fontana, but I do believe that at some point, hey, the taxpayers are going to start bailing out private landowners at the tune of 25% of Suwannee County taxpayers' money, and that program says that the building, all structures have to be demoed, and that property turns into a green space forever, which means it comes off the tax rolls and the Board of County Commissioners owns it forever, and it can be a field or a park or whatever, but no more structure. So I just think that's a slippery slope, and I don't think that the 25% should go on the backs of the Suwannee County taxpayers. That's just my opinion.
Mr. Hill?
Obviously, this is in my district. I know the family. And again, as the attorney said, I think there was some misunderstanding when the grant got brought up and some of the discussions about it, because I certainly didn't know this. And I know our staff encouraged and tried to work with the family to try to get this accomplished. But, I don't believe in taking other taxpayers' money either to do someone else's needs, if you will. But I would ask this, that the county, if we don't proceed with this, I think there should be at least some acknowledgement out there on the county's part to see what we can do to try to help them and the neighbors with some of their flooding issues, because I don't think anything's been done since the neighborhood across the street's been built and some other issues in that area. But that's only my ask. And I hate it. Such a great family, such a good group of people, but again, just some misunderstanding, miscommunications.
Yeah,
So,
and Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Hale, I support what you said. I think that if there's anything that we could do to help, redirect the water with proper engineering, or if there's anything that we can do, and not spend a boatload of money, but to go spend 25% of buy the fair market value of the property, demo it, turn it. I mean, I don't know that I want to go that far, but yes, if there's something engineering or rerouting or retention pond or something that we could do in that area to maybe help that, then I'm in support of that.
and I'm sure the family appreciates that. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hale.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, before...
Yes, sir. Mr.
I'm
Morrison,
sorry.
go ahead.
Brenda, I just want to make sure that I word this correctly, because I know you're running point on this. Well, probably the way to word what the board does here would be to Suwannee County declines to participate in the program and instructs staff to make appropriate arrangements to withdraw our application. Would that be good enough for you? Okay, I just wanted to make sure I worded that correctly for its purpose.
So do you need any board action on this? Or?
Yeah, I do need board action saying that Suwannee County is not going to participate because we have a pending application with FEMA that's going to need to be withdrawn.
Okay. Mr. Mobley, do you have anything to say on it?
For sure.
Seeing that, do we have a motion to not participate in the FEMA land acquisition program?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Land. Second by Commissioner Mobley. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, just the other thing that, if I could have board action to do, is instruct staff to withdraw that FEMA application.
Mr. Morrison would like, just say that one more time, Mr. Morrison.
Instruct staff to withdraw that FEMA application that's pending under that program.
Do I have a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Land. Second by Commissioner Mobley. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0.
One last thing, Mr. Chairman.
Well, you're needy tonight, ain't you?
I've been quiet like the last, after last meeting, last month. Listen, today's the transfer portal, okay? All right. I've spoken with Mr. Pittman. He's here today. One of the projects that he's working on is there's a change to a road where the old road, there's an entrance that's been moved on real property that's owned by Dr. Matre. He needs us to clear off because we have title to the old road because once a road. So anyway, I don't anticipate that being a problem, but I told him I'd float it by you guys just to make sure you'd be okay with that. There is new entrance to the road. The public does have right to it, but there is old road that is still sitting on his property that he'd like us to release to him so that way he can make use of that part of his property. to me, that's the right thing to do, but I wanted to make sure that that was okay with you guys before I move forward with that.
And you're good with it?
Yes, sir. Again, the public still has access to the road. They've just changed the slope a little bit.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Lane.
Mr. Morrison, is that at the County Road 136 interchange where on the curve there where the dirt road that used to, I ain't been out there in a while, but that goes up now to the RV park where they had to redo the entrance?
Oh, okay. All right. Now I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
So they moved the road over basically, and Montre was the affected landowner.
Right, and so so now he's got an entrance to the road on two parts of his property.
Right. So basically, what you're telling me is we need to vacate that old road. The county needs to vacate ownership of that old road so that his property's not.
So yeah, so he doesn't.
He has basically a piece of property on the other side of the road that's basically not usable because it's probably not non-conforming at this point.
It's literally blocked off, but it's set up as a road. So if he wants to do something with the property and we still maintain title until we give it back to him, right? So we just need to be able to release that to him. And again, I don't need board action. I was just looking for consensus to move forward.
Does he have, Mr. Hancock, go ahead.
Yes, Bo Hancock, 6135 Wiggins Road. Little history. Y'all have already approved it, or a board has already approved this. There was a land swap that was supposed to occur. Mr. Harris sat over there. Everybody was in agreement to do what y'all are talking about tonight. Should already have been done. The county went out and did their part. We paved that section of road. It has been abandoned. So you're on the right track, but historically you don't have a choice. Because the board had already decided this issue.
Yeah, I remember it now.
It's one of those, it's kind of like spaghetti. Yeah. When you mix it all up, it all looks the same.
I remember now that he said where it was at. I remember doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Hancock.
Does he need consensus?
He needs consensus.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
All right.
Good.
Thank you. So that way we can keep moving forward.
Is that it, Mr. Morrison?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any consultants? General business. Item number 19 is being pulled till a future date. I guess we're waiting on some information. Item number 20, discuss with possible board action employment agreement with Jason Furry. Furry? Is it Furry? Furry? Furry?
Chewy.
Chewy. I did negotiate with Mr. Furry and the attorney to come up with this. It's basically Mr. Scott's contracts with a few changes in it. I think Jason will be an excellent administrator. I do like his work ethic if he keeps doing it. But he shows up. He's at every meeting. I've just been real impressed with what he's done so far, and I'm sure he'll keep doing it. And he's a Suwannee County guy. He's got the county in his heart, and I know he's going to do the right thing for the county. And he's a trustworthy guy. I've never known him to be anything else. So all that makes a big difference when you're hiring somebody. Sometimes it ain't about everything they know, but it's about what kind of person they are. And some things can be learned along the way. And I'm sure that'll be the case. I feel like he knows a lot, and I feel like he'll do real good in the job. And I'll just turn it over to the board. Do y'all have any changes in that contract, or would you like to see any changes in the contract? Do you have any disagreements about the contract?
The only thing, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mobley?
The thing I would see is instead of a 5, I'd like to see a 3 years.
Trying to find that in the contract.
It's term 2A, Mr. Chairman.
2A. Where is it at?
Term 2A of the contract.
2A.
Term of employment, it's that it automatically renews for 5 years. He's asking that be 3 instead.
This agreement shall expire on December 31st, 2031, and shall automatically renew for an additional 5 years for the same terms and conditions unless the parties agree otherwise. Section I, any county commissioner may reject the automatic renewal of this agreement and place the renewal of this agreement on an agenda for a properly noticed public meeting. So, Mr. Mobley's recommending a 3-year term, 3-year renewal.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir, Mr. Hale.
What is, remind me, or someone please, what do we typically use, say for like, say Jimmy's position or any others we've done?
Well, Mr. Scott, he was on year-to-year contract because we knew he was going to retire. We just didn't know how long it was going to be. I think Mr. Norris is on a 3-year, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a 1-year, I don't know.
He's on probation.
5, a year on a 5. He's still on probation.
He's on 1.
So it can be anything you want.
And one thing to point out, Mr. Chairman, and I'm not taking a position no matter what, but just so everybody's making an informed decision, there's still, you can still terminate him irregardless.
Yes.
So this is just automatic renewal. There's still grounds to terminate the county administrator. You can do that at any time.
Yeah, and I've read through it, and it does state that.
Be careful. Be careful.
I've already been warned he'll fire me. He told everybody.
I was thinking if Jim Norris was on 3, I'd forgotten, but I don't mind keeping things in check. I don't care either way, because really what the attorney just said, at any point in time,
he can be terminated.
Yeah.
I was just saying that, if you were determined the commissioner's only 4, that would keep it.
And I get that. I get that.
That's just my opinion.
Anybody else? Mr. Land, you have an opinion on this?
I'm indifferent. I mean, I see Commissioner Mobley's, I see both sides of that. It comes to the board sooner than later, but with the clause in there that, I mean, there's a clause in there that can terminate.
Protection.
My hesitation about going to a 3 years, we did Scott's at 1 because, like you said, we knew he was a short timer. We just didn't know if we were going to get 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. So we did year to year. If we got Norris at 5 on a 5-year, I just don't want to be jumping jack around. We got this guy's got a 1, this guy's got a 3, this girl's got a 4, this guy's got a 5. Anyway, that would be my only concern, but that's not my job to have to keep up with it. So at the end of the day, I guess that don't really matter. That's the attorney's job to keep up with whose contracts or HR or somebody's.
Commissioner Mobley.
I think Norris is on a 1 year.
Oh, is he? Norris, you're on a 1 year?
With an automatic renewal, I think.
I'm here whenever you need. Yes, sir.
You're right. He is on a 1 year. I forgot that.
I mean, I would ask. Sorry, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
I would ask. I mean, Mr. Furry. I mean, he's part of this negotiation too.
I was getting to him.
Yeah, I mean, I understand both points, and to me, it's more of a support thing that, hey, we're here behind you for the next few years, 5 years. You know what you can do at any time. If we have any kind of disagreement, I don't see it going to that, but I'd prefer to keep it at 5, but I do understand what you're talking about as far as turnover of a board being 4 years. So.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, just practical effect of what does it mean? There is one substantive effect, which is if the board chooses to terminate him at a point in time, he'd be entitled to a certain amount of severance depending on how long is left in his contract, right? So if it's only at 3 years and the board elects to terminate him, so the quicker his contract comes up, the less severance can be available depending on if the board elects to terminate him or just not renew, right? Because that's the other option that's available. So that's the practical import of what would happen in terms of benefits available to Mr. Furry.
If you're looking at me, I'm good with either way. 3 years, 5 years, because you got the option to terminate him at any time. So I think I get your opinion on it, and I'm okay with that too. But I think me personally, I'm gonna just be with the 5 year.
You're looking at me again.
No, I already know where Mobley's at, so I need some input here.
And I'm the same. I'll just
Maybe
say,
you're looking at Hale, and I
yeah,
just
no,
think you're looking
I
at
know.
me.
I'll jump in.
I'm getting old. My eyes don't
The
look
glare
right.
on his
They
head.
probably cross.
There we go. I don't have a problem either way as well. I mean, but I do want some consistency to what we're doing, and I mean, I think the goal is here not to be replacing that position every few years.
Absolutely.
You know, so I completely get Commissioner Mobley's idea of this. You know, it could be we may be out, a new group may be in, but I think they would still have the same power as we would at this moment to terminate at any time if they chose to. So.
It's my turn now, I guess. Everybody else has spoke.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. He went down the line here. Commissioner White, I'm gonna go with you with your opinion, and the reason being is if Mr. Furry had not already put in 30-something years with this county, I would probably lean with Mr. Mobley, just because I wouldn't maybe know, like you talked about earlier, the man's character. Him maybe not being from here, but I know his character. I'm comfortable with his character. I still, as a commissioner, have the ability to put the item on the agenda for discussion for a termination, and I have been there. That's a bumpy road, but I'm comfortable with the 5. I think Mr. Furry has proven his loyalty and commitment to Suwannee County with the number of years of service that he's been here. So I'm comfortable with 5.
All righty. Any other changes anybody wants to see? Anything else you want to discuss in this contract? Or do I have a motion to approve of the contract?
Mr. Chairman, it's on general business.
Excuse me?
It's on general.
Public.
Oh, public comment. Anybody wishing to speak? I'm sorry. I'm a rookie still on the chairmanship here.
Coming back to you, though.
Hey, it's getting there.
You're getting it.
Still Moses Slepper, 14581 102nd Path, Live Oak. Let's see, Section 1, subsection A, it starts off with administrator. Y'all got in there in parentheses that nothing herein shall limit the administrator's right to participate in non-paid volunteer work activities. And I think there should be some verbiage in there that says done outside normal business hours, Monday to Friday, because that's supposed to be his work area. I don't want to see any county employee given permission to go do whatever non-county business when so. Which section were you looking at, Mr.
On the first page.
Section 1, subsection A, down in parentheses, pretty much says, like the previous contract was done, do what he wants without limits. I don't like y'all doing that.
What's your objection there? I'm still trying to follow you.
All right. In the parentheses, it says, nothing herein shall limit the administrator's right to participate in non-paid volunteer work or activities. And I think language needs to be added in there that done outside normal business hours other than Monday through Friday.
I don't understand what the beef is with it. I'm just trying to wrap my head around what you're trying to tell me here, because it's saying nothing herein shall limit the administrator's right to participate in non-paid volunteer work or activities. So I don't understand.
And the way I read this, he could go any day, normal work hours, and go do volunteer work. Y'all give him permission. There's an attorney there. He'd probably say I don't know what I'm talking about. Or
well, I mean, I know they do Rotary, and I want to see that out of our administrator. We had an administrator before this, the other two we've had, that did not participate in any of that, and so I like the administrator to be out in the public, whether it be at Rotary or Christmas on the Square or whatever that case may be, I think the face of the administrator should be in the public. So I don't have a problem with it. But I just was trying to clarify what you were saying.
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate y'all putting in there that he won't get any overtime. That's on the end of that first page. Actually, it's the very first of the second page. The administrator shall not be entitled to any overtime in the performance of his duties. Does that include if he declares an emergency the last 6-8 months?
I just have to refer that to the attorney.
The contract is unambiguous.
I personally like the 3-year and then annual after that, but I'm sure that's already done. And y'all, Mr. White negotiated $135,000.
I did.
Yeah, and again, I was sitting here, and I hope some of y'all remember when Mr. Scott was sitting there. If Mr. Scott, the duties of Public Works was removed from Mr. Scott's authority, he was going to be taken down to 125. And I've heard that there was some other amended something that brought that up to 127.50. I don't know. But the 135 is more than y'all were going to pay someone who had been in that position almost 4 years, has much more managerial experience, and so y'all willing to pay him $10,000 more than what the previous administrator would have gotten. I think that's not using our taxpayers' dollars well. And then on that same part, on section 4.
I'm not walking out on you. I'll be right back.
I'll wait on you.
I guess we're going to take a little short recess.
Not a joke, Mr. Vice Chairman, if you declares it recess.
Yeah, well, I'll declare recess till the chairman returns to the podium here. To the dais.
Gavel. There you go.
Like I said, don't make me use that gator thing down there.
No, that thing's gone.
When you got to go, you got to go.
Vice Chair declared a recess.
No, the gator's back in my office.
Just telling them, go ahead, Mr. Clipper.
All right. In that same section,
Mr. Chairman, you need to call the meeting back into order.
I'm sorry, hang on just one second. I call this meeting back to order. There you go. Now you can go.
Okay. Subsection, or section 4, AII, it says across the board raise, he'll get the raise too. It's been talked about for years. I think this would be as good a time as any to eliminate the 50 cents on any exempt salaried employee, and I guess leaving the 1%. But I think again that 50 cents being included in that that's not necessary or doesn't seem right. And then on the next page, still in section 4B, at the bottom it says, nothing herein shall be interpreted to affect the accrued leave earned and contributions previously made. So is this to mean that we're going to be paying him for all the accrued leave and time at the current rate, the 135 y'all can give him? Or is it at what he earned it at?
I'm not sure what the county policy is.
Contract. He hasn't been under contract, sir. It's a contract.
It's the part where, Mr. Chairman, where that he's porting over his accrued retirement benefits and accrued leave, et cetera, into his current role. And to answer your question, Mr. Moses, yes, he would get that at his current salary.
And that's in the best interest of the taxpayers that's paying that salary?
I'm just answering your question.
Let me just stop right there. I mean, the man's give you 30 years of service. He's earned that time. I get it. Some of it may have been earned at less.
67,000, yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, how much money are we really talking about?
Doesn't matter. It's principle.
Well, it's principle to me. He's worked here 30 years and has been loyal to this county, and I don't have an issue with it. And me and you, we had a phone conversation about this before this meeting, and I think we kind of went over all this, and I explained my point of view on it, and you explained your. Well, we might not have went over that one, but we went over a lot of it.
Yep.
And you had your point of view, I had my point of view, and at the end of the day, we just agree to disagree. So. Anything else?
Yeah, there is. At the last meeting, I broke down the progression of Mr. Furry's salary in the last 4 years, starting at $67,000, and I, as the progression went on, including the $34,000 increase when he went to Parks Director, and the $15,000 when he went to the interim and assistant in administration, that took him to 124. I included that in there. I had one of the commissioners basically call me a lie. I wasn't lying. I spoke it clearly. I included that. I wanted to explain it, how it happened. He's been fast-tracked. His salary, if y'all give him 135, it would be more than doubled, more than 25% a year increase, and I think, and again, $10,000 more than y'all were going to pay Mr. Scott.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else?
Yes, may I speak?
Yes, sir.
No, ma'am, I'm going to stand behind you. No, ma'am.
Welcome. Name and address for the record, if you don't
Allison
mind.
Summers, 5021 County Road 795. Thank you for your many years of service, and what I'm about to say has no reflection of that, but just listening to you guys talk about this 3 versus 5 years, I heard we want consistency, and yes, he has served us and served us well, and I anticipate that he will do the same. But it seems to me that there's a bit more emotion being made in that decision of 5 versus 3 years, going back to what Mr. Morrison said about the impact, the financial impact of the 3 versus 5. I think that really should be considered. But also, if we were talking about somebody who didn't have this many years of service that was standing here and we are looking for consistency, I really do think that you should consider that a bit more. And that's all.
Thank you.
Ken Weaver, Suwannee County resident, 65 years. Jason Furry, I think you're going to do a fantastic job. The Weavers have the utmost confidence in you. Continue on. In Florida, the state of Florida government, he would be considered selected exempt. I was not a selected exempt Florida or employee of Florida. I was considered PBA / part of a non-selected exempt employee, which means I had tenure, which I mean I couldn't be fired without due cause. Selected exempt employees, such as Jason, can be fired without due cause by the director or by the whoever the head is in government. And here with y'all, it would be the commission. I have no doubt he will serve with distinction. Me and Mr. Klepper has talked numerous times about pay. We do not agree about pay. I think he's worth more than what you negotiated, Mr. White, all day long. And me and Mr. Klepper do not agree about that. But he has not changed me, and I have not changed him. So I wanted you to know that. Thank you for doing it for what you're doing it for and all the aggravation that goes with it. I do agree about no overtime. Selected exempt, brother. captains and above on the highway patrol, and doesn't matter if they work 200 hours, they're not going to get it. But they get more annual leave, they get more sick leave, and they get health insurance after retirement. I pay for mine. They don't.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all don't know who the heck I am now, you'll never know.
Still need your name and address for the record.
Okay, Bo Hancock, 6135 Wiggins Road. He's not even paying attention. He's
I know. That's because he's got it memorized.
It's already in here.
I'm just making sure I cover my
I like
bases.
this contract the way it is. It's been negotiated. And I agree with Ken. I think you're underpaying him. I think you're getting one heck of a deal. We just got $38 million to build something. And you can bet your little bippy I'm going to be following him around. I've already talked with him on these building projects. We've got some dollars. We need to be moving, folks. If not, we're going to block up. We can't do anything for 2 years on 129 because DOT is going to be redoing things out there. So you can't do a whole lot out there but plan, do some preliminary work. But after that, if you don't get moving fast, you won't be able to move the cement trucks in there fast enough without clogging up all the roadways. So I am in support 100%. I think he's going to do or continue to do a good job for this county. And we are fortunate to have him. Thank you.
Thank you. We're done.
It's a clerical correction.
Okay. All right. Okay. If it's clerical, go ahead.
On page 4, I got a number 4. It's, anyway, 4C, I guess it is. No, wait a minute.
Probably.
I meant to say,
Is it under insurance coverage?
4F. Yeah, it's insurance coverage, yes, sir. Down, it says administrators shall be entitled to purchase dependent coverage needed for family. It says as, I believe it should say at.
At. You're right. You're correct. Thank you. Mr. Morrison, did you catch that correction?
I did. And the easy thing, assuming the board passes it, when we print, can you just make that as a handwritten correction on there? All right.
In my notes. Huh? Hey.
Wayne Yannick, 11883 93rd Road, representing concerned citizens of North Florida. Mr. Furia, please don't take all the comments that come from this podium to heart, because I know you're a good person. I know you're going to do a great job. Mr. Chairman, will you please institute the 3 minutes? I never thought I'd say this. The 3 minutes and stick with it. We're all pretty much tired of hearing garbage along with the people.
And I get your point there, and I'm for the 3 minutes, but there's times when people get up here that they need a little longer to say what they want to say, and I realize they don't come all the time. So when those people show up, I want that flexibility to let that go on a little longer. I promise you, when it gets to where I don't want to hear it anymore, I'm going to slam that gavel down and I'm going to sit somebody down. So
Thank you, sir.
That's how I'm going to handle it.
Welcome, Mr. Fury.
Anybody else wishing to speak on the contract? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve the contract with the one correction, misspelling contract and misspelling?
Real quick, real quick, Mr. Chairman. I'm glad everyone got up and spoke. Reminded me of a few things. Mr. Hancock mentioned it. We've got so much going on, and the young lady spoke about the 3 or 5 year, and I know we all discussed it up here. But that's the consistency I'm referring to. Is we got projects that take us well past the 5 years, and we've got someone that's been involved in those, and for whatever reason, I hope nothing would ever happen that we would have to start over 3 year, 4 year, 2 years into everything we have going on right now. So there's just a string of projects going on, and we need that consistency. So that's all of it.
What say the board? Do I have a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman, I offer a motion to approve Mr. Furry's contract with the one spelling error on item 4C.
Motion by Commissioner Land, second by Commissioner Mobley. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Welcome on. Also, at this time, while we're dealing with Mr. Fury's contract, it is my understanding that Ms. Flanagan's position has been advertised, and we're okay to go ahead and make her officially Public Works Director. What do you need to do that? Do you need a motion, nothing, or just consensus?
Just want to make you aware that we did interview and hire Ms. Brenda as the full-time Public Works Director.
Okay.
So
good deal.
Congratulations to you.
Good people. Good people. Did I miss anything, anybody?
Jason's comment.
We're not there yet.
We'll get to him. Are there any additional items?
No, sir.
Seeing none, administrators' comments. Now you can go.
Thank you. Thank you to the board. Appreciate your support. Thank you to the public for your comments. And, you know, I'm just honored to work. We have a great team. It's not about me or who sits in this position, but we have a great team of staff and leadership with you guys. And I just look forward to continuing that momentum and that consistency as you talk about. And we're not here for ourselves. We're here for the community and the citizens. So just thank you. Appreciate it. No long speech, but as far as comments, just in general for our regular agenda, a couple items. We welcome Brenda, so thank you. Somebody had mentioned, I guess, I can't remember who, but about Director Guthrie, and just to remind you, he will be here Friday over at the EOC for a meeting, so we do want to make sure we go over there, and it's going to be some training, some updates from the state, emergency management side to us, but we do want to try to get him aside maybe and spend some time, a few minutes with him if we can. I'm sure he's aware of the check, but, just bring him up to date and ask him for any strategies that he may have as well during the session and the budget development over there at the state. So
just one.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman is the only one coming. Sorry, I should have qualified that.
Okay, welcome to the chair, Mr. White.
I've been here before.
But just want to remind you about Director Guthrie's visit. We are a couple of the project updates. The hay lease went out to bid. It's open right now. It'll close at the end of the month. I think the 20th. The wastewater treatment plant is out again. We have a pre-bid meeting Thursday. Any consultant and then any contractors that want to come ask questions about that project, so we get some more information there. We close that, I think, January 26th. We'll have our opening and know where we're at on that. Courthouse Dome, that's open and out to bid now. We are going to we've been talking about trying to get a drone to fly up there. It is around the courthouse and the jail, and I've been talking to them to let them know we're going to try to coordinate that so they don't come arrest us when we go out there. But the thought from you guys is let's try to get some pictures and put that on the bid website that Holland has, the bonfire site, so contractors can see, we can measure, take measurements from the drone, and just get some more information for anybody that might want to bid on it and help get good numbers for us. So we are going to do that. The courthouse windows, they've started on those as well. They're about 25% done. I walked over there the other day with Mark and looked at those. They look real good. They've done a good job. So far, they're working on ladders and not trampling the landscaping. I think we've had some discussions on now. When they do the dome, who knows, that the scaffolding is going to come out. But for now, they're doing a good job. They look real good. So I was glad to see the progress on that. Obviously, the shelter project now with that check, Mr. Bowe's right, we got a lot of work to do, so there's going to be a lot of coordination. There's several grant agencies that are funding this now, so trying to get the left hand of the state to know what the right hand is doing and use some common sense about, how there are strings attached to grants, and you got to show them a lot of documentation. So just trying to coordinate that is going to be a job, but we got the right guys to do it. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's a lot of work right there over the next few years. EM, we've gotten a couple proposals from some consultant firms on helping us through this transition from the sheriff's office to the county on the EM part. I'd like to have a couple more. We had one that wasn't responsive. They said they're not interested. They're too busy right now. But we're still trying to hunt a couple more proposals to come in so we can, just kind of compare what they think they can do and how they can help us. The price, obviously. Hope to wrap that up in the next week or two. Make a decision on that. We did hire a VSO today. We did, I think Ms. Paula confirmed contact. We made an offer and he accepted. So Mr. Terrence Allen will be our new VSO officer at the county, or CVSO officer. So look forward to that. He's been doing that through the American Legion and helping folks with the Legion with some claims and that sort of thing. So real good guy, experienced kind of with the process, and just has the right personality to deal with folks that it's typically a stressful situation for them and their claim, and trying to help those people out. So
he's a local guy.
Local guy, yeah, yes. So looking forward to that. That's really the main things I had. If you have any questions on any projects or anything else, feel free. But that's all I had on my list. Forget anything? No.
Thank you, sir. All right, board members' inquiries, requests, and comments. I think we started on that end. Mobley, you're first today.
Say congratulations to Ms. Furry. We welcome you, and congratulations, Ms. Brenda. Glad to see you there. And, thank you to Senator Simon and Representative Schoaf and Jimmy and everybody for everything y'all done with the staff and everything for the grant, man. We really appreciate it. And appreciate everybody for coming.
Mr. Lynn?
Well, hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I know one of my New Year's resolutions was to be more positive. I was hoping some people here tonight would have had the same one, but apparently not, but that's okay. Congrats to Mr. Furry. Congrats to Ms. Flanagan. I understand County Road 250 is going to go out to bid end of this month, and as our new Public Works Director, I was going to hold you to that. So,
welcome to the
task number one. Anyway, no, that's about it. I think that we said enough during Mr. Furry's negotiation. Welcome, not welcome aboard, but you've been doing it already. So, keep doing what you've been doing.
I'm good. Mr. Hill?
I'll just echo the other commissioners. Welcome aboard, folks. Appreciate every one of you. Your staff, I just can't say enough about the staff in general, the entire county staff. Sometimes we take it for granted. The janitors up to Jason's position. Nothing gets done without each and every one of them. And I don't know, we hadn't had a meeting since we had the employee dinner and all, but it was a great time to have all the employees come together and all of us participate. A little sad moment. We had a picture of Mr. Perkins there, and we were able to hold that up and include him in that gathering of employees and staff. But again, I can't speak to. Well, I can speak to it. Mr. Perkins is still going to be missed. It still ain't sunk in with me yet, to be honest with you guys. But anyhow, just thank you, everyone. Appreciate everyone involved in that check there. Appreciate my board. And appreciate you, the public. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Well, I'm just not going to belabor it, but I just want to thank the county staff, the other commissioners, Senator Simon, Grissom, all of them. It just feels like you're working with family all the time. And I got to say, being a commissioner when I started, it wasn't that way. And a lot's changed since then. We've got some really good people, and everybody gets along, and they act like family. And that's pretty special to be involved in. And it makes our jobs a lot easier when it's like that. And anyhow, thank all of you. Appreciate the hard work that all of you do and what you do. And that check right there represents that hard work. And Mr. Fury probably deserves more money than he's getting. And I don't hardly disagree with that. But I was put in a place to negotiate a salary with him. I did the best I could do with it. It's what I thought. It didn't make everybody happy. And so I think you're probably in the right spot when everybody don't get their way. So I'm not saying that he can't make more in the future. There's always room for improvement, and we'll get to that when we get to it. But that's where we're going to start. And he's a great guy. We've got a lot of confidence in him, and I think he's going to do a fine job for us. So welcome aboard. Thank you. Thank all of y'all for coming. Appreciate it all. And I just need a motion to dismiss.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hale, second by Commissioner Land. All in favor, aye. Aye.
All right.
Brandon.